Hey everyone, welcome back to Wegovy After the Sleeve, real life talk. If you're new here, I am Tracy and I'm Canadian, and I had the sleeve done about 10 years ago, and I've been on Wegovy now for 4 weeks, and I'm sharing my real journey. No sponsorships, no filters, just honest updates every week. And I also wanted to remind you, I'm not a doctor, so always check with a medical professional before trying anything that I may suggest. So as I said, I finished week 4 of Wegovy, so I thought I would give you my results of how I did. So as a reminder, I weighed myself November 1st, and I weighed 234 pounds, and my measurements were, my waist was 53 and a half, my hips were 51, and my chest was 49 and a half. So after 4 weeks on Wegovy, I'm down 10 pounds, so I'm now 224. And my measurements, I was actually very surprised because my doctor said I'd looked like I'd lost quite a bit of weight already, and I just thought it was what I was wearing. But I actually have. My measurements as of today were, my waist was 45.6, my hips were 47.6, and my chest was 46.5. So that's quite a few inches there that I've lost. I'm actually quite excited about that. So my appetite over this last month, I've noticed my cravings and hunger were way better. Side effects I had during the month were some nausea, some couple of headaches, and some lightheadedness, and I've had a little bit of brain fog. Some mental and emotional changes this week is that I'm not obsessing over food, I'm not bargaining with myself, and I'm not overthinking my choices when I do pick something to eat. My mind feels clear, and I'm much more focused on routines rather than restrictions. What my takeaways this month have been is that consistency beats perfection. Protein always first, it works. Sweeteners, I'm staying away from them. I found when I had them, they made me the most nauseous. I'm still eating smaller portions. Now, I'm going to go over with you what I eat during the day later on in the video, just so you sort of have some idea. I'm listening to my body, and it's a lot easier to pay attention to those signs of when I'm full and when I'm really hungry and not. I've been using those eating habits of head hunger, mouth hunger, that sort of thing. Still drinking lots of my water, my 2 liters or more in the fridge, and I drink that, and I'm moving. I go to the gym twice a week at Live Well, where it's kinesiologists that have put me through a routine. So I do that on Mondays and Fridays. And then on my work days, where I'm traveling on the ferry, instead of sitting on the ferry, I actually walk up the stairs, do some loops for about 30 minutes. I'm up to 30 minutes now on those loops. And next week I'm going to add next week I'm going on vacation, so I won't be adding stairs then, but I'm going to keep up my 30 minutes of walking. So I've been doing really good with the exercise. What else was I going to discuss with you? What I eat. So what I eat during the day is, for breakfast I usually have, if I'm home, peanut butter and toast. I was having 2 slices of toast and peanut butter. Now I'm satisfied with 1. At work, I tend to take a couple of hard-boiled eggs, or I make a breakfast sandwich out of using English muffins. And this week I used high-protein pancakes, and I put a sausage and some egg in it. And after I have my breakfast, I have a protein drink. And then that usually does me until lunch. And at lunch I usually have, my go-to is chicken legs, I have 2 chicken legs. Lately I've only finished the one. And on other days I'll have I'll go to the grocery store and buy some of that smoked salmon, and I used to be able to eat a full one of those. I can only eat half, so I make sure I put the rest away for the next day. And then my days at work are pretty long, so I always bring a little extra food. So I was actually surprised. Most days I brought it home. So for work I'd been bringing the breakfast sandwich, my protein drink. I brought 2 hard-boiled eggs. I brought the pieces of chicken, and I brought pepperoni stick and a cheese stick, as well as a protein bar. Well, everything came home with me except for the 2 pieces of chicken and the sandwich. Everything else I just kept repacking, thinking I'd eat it for the next day. The one day I was a little hungry and I did eat it, but I'm still bringing a lot of it home and bringing it the next day. So there's something I've noticed, because I normally would eat that all during a day at work. Like I said, my work days are quite long. They're 12 to 15 hours. So that's sort of what I eat. For dinner, I have my small plate will have like a chicken breast, and I used to be able to finish a full one. I finish all except for maybe a quarter of it now, and that's no sides or anything. I always go back and get the sides if I want it. The one day I did put some chicken and a little bit of corn and about a quarter cup of potatoes, mashed potatoes on it. I ended up just eating the chicken. The other stuff just sat on the plate, and I just went and emptied it and got rid of it. So that's basically what I'm doing, and sometimes I'll add an extra protein drink into it, depending. I've stopped eating after 8 o'clock, so there's no more late night snacking. So I think that is another big reason. And like I said, just the fact that I'm not obsessing over food or anything like that. I was going to say to you, a lot of us have our whys. Why do we want to lose the weight? For me, it's been a lot of things over the years of why, and I've lost the weight and gained it back, like I said, like everybody. But my why has always been more on the vanity side. I have to admit it. I know I've said, so I can run around with my kids, so I can do things with my kids, so I can do this and that. But in reality, it was vanity. Now, I will have to admit, like even the last time, it was my son's wedding. I wanted to get down for my son's wedding. Didn't get down as low as I wanted, but I got down. And now, I gotta admit, with all my health issues, I have PMR and the arthritis, and the pain is just so bad, I have to do something. And the doctor suggested me going on the Wegovy because of that pain. So this time, my why is because I was told that it will help with my pain. Even my rheumatologist I spoke to yesterday said it was a good thing I was on it, because another effect of it besides weight loss is it's an anti-inflammatory. So it's helping those inflamed muscles and joints and everything that are causing me pain. I have been in a lot less pain this week, which has put me in a bit better mood. But that's pretty much it for the way I'm eating. What is your why? Like, do you have a why? I'd love to hear your whys and how you're doing on your journey. So if you're on Wegovy, had weight loss surgery, or are thinking about it, let me know, and I can sort of guide you through some of the things that I was taught. If you're thinking about going on Wegovy, I'd say go for it. It's not hurting anything. I just love how there's none of that noise in my head, and I'm being able to control things, and my willpower has been so much better. I'd love to hear your stories and your comments, so please reply. Thank you to all the people that have subscribed, and please like and subscribe and follow so you can hear about my week 5 while I'm taking a higher dose. We're all going to do this journey together. Okay? Have a great day. Remember, subscribe and follow. Thanks. Bye.